book is on the P.S. brothers. The main characters are Sean and Russell.
P.S. means pooper scooper. They use the pooper scooper. They use the pooper scooper to scoop up poop for money to buy a dog.
Well, one day, Sean and Russell, they were riding their bikes, and then they saw a sign that said puppies for sale, and they really wanted a dog. So they went in, and they met this guy named Nick, and he said the Rottweiler puppies are downstairs. So they went downstairs, and they saw them in the book. So they asked how much they were, and the guy Nick said, well, your first payment will be $10, and then you keep working. So as I said earlier, P.S. means pooper scooper. So Sean, that one, found the pooper scooper at a junkyard, and he got it. He took it, and so now they scoop up poop and then a big dog's like 25 cents, small dog's like 20, so on. And they had their usual customers who'd give them a lot, and then the not so well customers. And so they got the $10, and then every time they would make a payment, they would go to the guy's house and he would take it. And then there's more to the story.
Alright, so they went up to Nick's house, and they couldn't see anything in Nick's garage windows. But they heard a lot of cheering, music, and barking. So Russell and Sean thought Nick was using the Rottweilers for a fight.
So Russell and Sean went to Nick's garage because they heard all the barking and the cheering and a lot of music to try and cover up the dog's barking because they didn't want anyone to notice, because I'm pretty sure that's legal. And so they were crawling there to see if they could see anything, but they couldn't. So it was all locked up, and there were tinted windows, so you couldn't see. And they saw a pickup truck pull into the driveway. So they got on their bike, because there was one bike. Sean was in the front, and he was pegging Russell. And they drove down the street on their bikes, and then the pickup truck kept following them though. And Russell fell off, and it ended up the person in the pickup truck was Russell's uncle, because he was staying with him, and his uncle didn't know where he was because Russell's dad was in jail, and his mom died when Russell was really young.
Alright, so Russell was in the hospital, and his uncle came to see him for what he has done, and he was very sorry, and he wanted to apologize for what he has done, and he didn't want this to end up like this. And so he wanted to be a better guardian, and so to start that, he gave him an orange popsicle.
Well, after that, Nick got arrested and went to jail for his crime of dog fighting. So after Russell got out of the hospital, he had to stay home from school for about a week, the doctor said. So he was fine with that. And so every day after Sean come home from school, he'd go straight from school to Russell's house, and they would watch TV together, and just hang out with their best friends. And then, so Uncle Corey was their uncle, and he was been staying with Sean all day because, as we said, he was trying to be a better guardian to Russell. And so he took him in the car, and they didn't know where they were going. So they went to Uncle Corey's friend from college's house, who had a lot of puppies, cool puppies for sale. And then Sean and Russell looked around for a while, petted the puppies and stuff while Uncle Corey and his friend talked.
So Uncle Corey and Russell finally agreed to get a baby Rottweiler dog, and also Sean got one too. You playing it?
So after they both got a dog, they both got a Rottweiler, and then they went home. Sean took his home. Russell took his home. And Russell and Uncle Corey, they found out that both of them, that Sean, instead of sleeping in the camper outside his house, slept in Uncle Corey's house now, and they got along much better now, and they just lived happy ever after with Sean, Russell, and Uncle Corey, and the two Rottweilers, which were pretty cool. And the Rottweiler names were Buster, because they busted Nick for it, and their grandmother, she used to have a dog named Buster. So, and that's the end of our story, the P.S. Brothers.
Do you have a Band-Aid?
Anything else?
Do you have a Band-Aid?
Okay. And so, that's the end of our book. And you can get this book at the Strongsville Library. It's called The P.S. Brothers.